Hello, hello, Irish Fae Prince Killian here once again at your service. Today I am going to be teaching you guys about the stone amethyst. So let's see. I apologize, I'm going to be using some notes here. It's been a while since I've taught, so I kind of want to have my notes here. So anyway, amethyst is a receptive stone in regard to energy. This generally means that a stone eases tension, anxiety, and other uncomfortable mood states deep within you. It can also help kind of mellow out huge drops or rises in your mood, so it's another thing that we're going to be talking about. So let's see, receptive energies flow into you to provide healing. They also provide, like I said, calming mood states. So if you find yourself struggling with meditation, this is a stone that might be helpful to add to your, if you have a little pouch that you wear when you meditate, or if you want to hold stones. And this brings me into, with amethyst being a receptive stone, you want to go ahead and use this with your receptive hand, and this is your non-dominant hand generally. As I usually teach with witchy stuff, I kind of feel like just because everybody tends to use, like I just said, the receptive energies with your non-dominant hand, just because it's that way with most people, doesn't mean you have to do it that way. I personally feel and teach that whatever your spirit is telling you to do, whatever you personally feel within your energy field that you are doing, go with that, okay? So, again, people may disagree with me, and if you disagree with me, that's totally fine. If you do, then use the receptive energy stones with your receptive or non-dominant hand. So anyway, let's see. Receptive energies also comfort, strengthen, and like I said, they can help you with your meditative states. They boost our ability to look within honestly and accept what we find so that we can heal and grow. Amethyst and other receptive stones are also associated with the Chinese yin. So if you're familiar with the yin yang, or a lot of people say yin yang, if you're familiar with that, amethyst is a stone that is associated with yin, which is also, in case you didn't know, it's also representative of the divine feminine. It is associated with wet versus dry, cold temperature, snow, darkness, and therefore our shadow self. The moon, spiritual and mystical energies versus, mundane, earthy things. Rest, recovery, storing energy, planning, and introspection, among other attributes. Because amethyst is associated with our shadow self, it would be one of my top recommendations within the gemstone category if you're looking to boost whatever it is that you need to be successful in shadow work. Let's see, what else do I have here? Amethyst is also really beautiful, and so it's often worn as jewelry, and this is another way that you can use amethyst in your magic practices and actually use it in everyday life, because a lot of us like jewelry. I was going to show you. So this is not amethyst, obviously, but I have this really pretty earring here. And you can do this with amethyst as well. So if you, I just realized I had hair on that. So if you go to a show somewhere, or you make it yourself, or you buy it from a friend who does this, you can find amethyst jewelry pieces, and you can actually cleanse them and then use them, ritualistically or magically, to create empowered jewelry pieces that you wear every day. One thing that I had in my notes is that amethyst is really powerful when it comes to overcoming addiction. And this doesn't just go for drugs or alcohol, but it goes for everything. So, whether you struggle with, an eating disorder, maybe a sex addiction, something like that. If it's an addictive force in your life that is, causing you pain and suffering, amethyst is a really powerful choice when it comes to spell work or ritual work to aid you in overcoming it. So like I was saying, you can, if you want to, like I'm very artsy and crafty, and you're going to find that later. I'm going to talk to you guys about that later. This is a really beautiful earring from a set that I got at a gem and mineral show near me. But you can end up making, you can make your own jewelry pieces like this with amethyst, and take some time to do a whole ritual where you empower your amethyst pieces to whatever intent you have. So maybe, another thing that amethyst is really great about is strengthening your higher chakras. So like your third eye, your crown, so that way you can access higher energies, channel messages, have dreams that may tell you what is coming, or help you understand hidden meanings behind things that have happened to you that you don't otherwise see. So, in other words, it can help you see the divine meaning, the divine reason or timing behind things that happen to you, especially things that are negative. Because human beings, human nature, we want to see the positive. We are so excited to fixate and talk about and get excited about the positives, but every time something shitty happens in our life, it's like all of a sudden that just drops off, and we become very negative and discouraged, and I mean, I struggle with mental illness, and so I'm not going to be quiet about the fact that, yeah, it's going to cause a major drop in mood, and amethyst can really help you tap into the strength that you have to overcome these things. Amethyst can help you look through the darkness and find those positive or, light. If you want to go ahead and use, light and darkness, you can find the light within the dark, no matter how dark it is. And I promise you, it is there. That's another whole video or series by itself. But anyway, long story short, I have ADHD and autism. Please don't hold that against me. I'm going to go off on tangents. That's just my teaching style. So anyway, long story short, you can use amethyst in your jewelry, and it can help you throughout your everyday life. This is another example. A lot of places sell metal cages that you can put your own stones in. So if you have like a nice chunk of amethyst, you can go ahead and pop it in your little metal cage there, and you can do a whole ritual where you dedicate and empower and charge your amethyst to whatever your specific intent is. Let's see. Sorry about that. I have cats. One of my cats is obsessed with paper balls, so I have them everywhere, and I just tripped on that one. Let's see. I also wanted to show you guys this one. We're going to talk about agate another time, but these are actually Lake Superior agates from Michigan, the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, where I'm from. Or excuse me, I'm actually a troll. I'm from the Lower Peninsula, but at heart I am from the Upper Peninsula. I visited every summer, and these are actual stones that I found and helped polish and make into a jewelry piece as a preteen and a teen. So anyway, I wanted to show this as well. You can even go out and find these stones yourself, whether like I said, you find them on the beach somewhere and you actually take the time to tumble them in a rock tumbler, polish them, and then make them yourself into jewelry. Or if you buy them from someone that they're, authentic, I would say, because certain stones and other items Or, you know, like,
Sorry, guys.
it's okay. My lovely cameraman, my fiance, he's awesome. So anyway, what I was saying was, you know, when it comes to health topics, mental health, physical health, anything like that, please, please, please do your research, and please, please, please do not ever, ever, ever stop your medication, your treatment, anything in that realm, you know, and substitute it for this stuff, because this stuff is wonderful and it can definitely help you on a spiritual aspect, but our health is not just spiritual, and it's not just emotional, it's not just physical. It is a whole complicated ball of mess. So please, please, please do not substitute any of this stuff for, you know, medical, real, true medical attention. I'm not in any way saying that I can provide you that. I am simply, you know, providing you a spiritual aspect where it might help boost your efforts within the mundane, the physical, you know, talking with your doctor and all that. And there's me going off on a tangent again. So anyway, I think we're about to wrap up here. Let's see. The planets Jupiter and Neptune are also associated with amethyst, so if you want to work with Jupiter and Neptune, amethyst is a good stone to pick. The water element is the primary element at work here, so if you want to represent water somewhere, amethyst would be an option. The Roman god, I am so sorry if I pronounce some of these wrong. Some of these deities are not of my pantheon that I work with, pantheons that I work with. And actually, maybe you can help me out with this one. I know Latin's your thing, but
Yeah.
maybe Greek. Do you have any Greek?
I know I follow the Grecian path most of the time. So.
Okay. So basically, it's the Greek Dionysus. So, or sorry, this one's Roman. So Bacchus?
Yeah, Bacchus.
Bacchus, there we go. So the Roman god Bacchus, or the Greek Dionysus, am I saying that right? They are associated with amethyst, as well as the Greek goddess Artemis, or her Roman counterpart Diana. They all resonate with this gemstone. If you work with a different pantheon, I was going to say, you know, please feel free to drop in the comments like, hey, I love amethyst, I want to work with amethyst, however, I work with the Nordic pantheon, or the Celtic pantheons, or something like that, the Egyptian, Polynesian, anything like that. If you work with them and you need some help, please, please, please put in the comments that you would like me to focus on whatever specifics you need, because I would like to create content that you need. So let's see, so like many other stones, amethyst has a ton of correspondences, so I'm just going to list them off really quick because I know that I've been talking a lot. Let's see, it is powerful as for dream work, overcoming alcoholism or an addiction in general, like I said, development of psychic senses, peace, love, preventing theft, boosting courage, happiness, prevention, and remedy for insomnia and nightmares. Let's see, amethyst is also good at protection during astral travel, and really just anything in general when it comes to astral travel or hedge riding, any type of shamanic journeying. Let's see. It can help you ground while you are opening yourself to a meditative state, like we talked about earlier. Let's see, we already talked about mood. Amethyst can also provide you with some stats boosts when it comes to battling depression. And I love the way in which it does this. It's not that it's going to solve your problems for you or magically fix your neurotransmitters, because it's not going to do that. What's going to do that is, you know, going to therapy and maybe looking into some medication and working with your care team. Sorry, I'm not going to get all preachy with you, but what I'm saying is, amethyst, its energies can support you in confronting issues within yourself that you might be running from. And in doing this, you will be more likely to be successful with cognitively reframing negative situations and occurrences in your life. And this is, you know, all in all, going to help you see the divine plan, the divine timing of things in your life. So let's see, and with that, More of the correspondences include rejuvenation, relief of hopelessness, spiritual awakenings and growth spurts, enlightenment, radical acceptance of things you cannot change, in which will provide opportunities to grow spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and all that. So, how can you tap into these energies and use them? Well, your mind is really the limit, so go nuts. There are many different things you can do. Look on Pinterest, all that jazz. And while we are on that artsy crafty note, I wanted to say that if you would like to see how to put amethyst and many other witchy, additions together into like an art piece or a decorative piece that also serves a practical magic purpose, please feel free to go over to my Patreon, which is www.patreon.com/hallowedhighlands. And we are going to be doing a whole new segment, and it's going to be called Witchy Crafts. It's going to be available to Tier 4 and Tier 5 patrons. We are going to be doing arts and crafts and decor and all sorts of fun artsy things that incorporate magic and spirituality. That is going to, sorry about that. If you like this video, you can become a patron on my Patreon, linked below, to watch other gemstone videos and more. Let's see, I post one video teaching on a different gemstone, herb, plant, flower, and tree. Sorry about that. The herb, plant, flower, it's either going to be like an herb, plant, flower, whatever, and then a tree and a gemstone. So let's see, that is going to be posted every 14th day of the month, so today is the very first. A new witchy arts and crafts video will be posted on every 16th of the month. Also, you will gain access, if you go ahead and sign up to be one of my patrons, to the segment The Witching Hour, and that is going to be released every the 11th day of every month. The Witching Hour will feature different divination forms, techniques, and styles. These are all, sorry about that. These are only a few of the many different things and teachings and goodies and all sorts of stuff that I have to offer on my Patreon. So just know that. And this is a huge shout out to my current patrons. I love you guys so much, and I am so grateful that you support me. And please know that your support, it's not just, it doesn't just mean a lot to me, but it's going to empower me to provide you and everyone else that comes to my Patreon with better content. So thank you very much for that. Let's see. So thank you for watching, and if you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and venture on over to my Patreon, Hallowed Highlands, and become one of my awesome patrons. This has been your Irish Fae Prince, Killian, and it has been a pleasure serving you. Slán.